Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the channel, and I'm here in my first video of the night. I'm going to talk about NFL, NBA, wrestling, Nascar, and college basketball. No, certainly not into it. So, Cowboys safety Marquise Bell was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance and marijuana on Friday, according to Collin County jail records. So, another player here gets charged with controlled substance. The Packers are trading wide receiver Dontavian Wicks to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for a 2026 5th round pick and a 2027 6th round pick. Wicks will sign a 1-year, $12.5 million extension with the Eagles. Can make some noise with Philly by trading him. The Packers have opened $2.6 million salary cap space. They also now have 8 draft picks this year, can have 10 next year. So they made a trade yesterday. Dolphins free agent corner Jack Jones signed a 1-year deal with the 49ers. The Falcons are exercising the 5th-year option on stand-up running back Bijan Robinson's contract. They picked up the 5th-year option. See if anything else here. What is happening? So Colts and Kenny Moore mutually agreed to seek a trade and a new home for the veteran corner. He's entering the last year of his contract, and both sides feel it's time to explore a trade. They spent the past 9 years in Indianapolis, so they could seek a trade. Several owners joined the NFL negotiating team yesterday, and it's negotiations with the Referees Association per NFL source. The meeting was productive, and there's an expectation for continued discussions. It expires May 31. That's really all here from Adam Schefter. See if we need anything from JPA or Rappaport. So I want anything from JPA football. Texas Tech safety Cole Wisniewski, a combine snub, has had 5 top 30 visits, spending time with the Cowboys, Vikings, Bucks, Jets, and 49ers. Former Texas Tech linebacker Jacob Rodriguez is on a visit with the Bengals. So they had a bunch of visits. Sonny Styles, Lorenzo Styles Jr., and King Massador, so a bunch of visits for them. I always talk about Jack Jones. The Patriots are hiring former Giants and Titans defensive corner Shane Bowen as a defensive analyst. KC Concepcion continues his pre-draft schedule with the Bills yesterday. Kansas quarterback Jalen Daniels was on a top 30 visit with the Patriots. The Saints, the Texas A&M guard Chase Basantis, one of the top guards in the draft, was at the Giants on a top 30 visit. He also has the Panthers, Dolphins, Eagles, and Chargers. The Saints, I think, had at least two receivers, Omar Cooper and Ted Hurst. Washington receiver Denzel Boston, with the Ravens and Panthers. Reuben Bain, freshman visit with the Chiefs. He visited with the Bengals. Omar Cooper visited with the Commanders. But yeah, that's pretty much it there. There's some other rumors I saw from Underdog. The Cowboys could be the most likely team to trade up. And there could be like 2 or 3 receivers selected in the first round. Some rumors like that. But other than that, that's pretty much it for NFL. So let's move on here. Moving on to the NBA from Shams, Illinois freshman guard Keaton Wagler. He's declared for the NBA for the 2026 NBA draft. The Toronto Raptors converting two-way guard AJ Lawson to a standard contract. The Utah Jazz are signing guard Hayden Gray to a 2-year contract. The Miami Heat waived Terry Rozier. He's placed on leave by the NBA since October after federal indictments into sports gambling. The Heat are signing 2-way guard Jameer Young to a new 2-year deal, opening up a roster spot. A few things there from Shams. Charnia. But yeah, that's it for NBA. Just a few things there, not really much. So let's move on to wrestling. So TNA announces a return of EC3 tonight at Rebellion. They have their pay-per-view. Body Slam Net. The idea of a double turn with Sami Zayn and Triple H or WrestleMania 42 has reportedly been discussed due to the crowd reactions for both. I think Trick's better as a heel. You give Sammy shitty booking that gets him booed, and their solution is just, we're gonna turn him heel. I don't really, WWE can't book baby faces, man. I don't want to see Trick Williams turn, because that would ruin him too, just like they ruin everybody else. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal will return next week for WrestleMania. For WrestleMania SmackDown. Pat McAfee and Randy Orton showed up, was on the show last night. Him and Randy Orton took out Cody Rhodes and Jelly Roll, and there's a rumor during the day that I think there'll be a tag team match. Jelly Roll will probably be in Cody's corner at WrestleMania, and that there will reportedly be that Pat McAfee and Randy Orton versus Cody and Jelly Roll is reportedly playing for Backlash. Well, after what we saw last night, they're 100% going that way. 1,000%. So, as of now, there's a presumably a backup plan in place for Asuka versus Io to take place at Backlash instead of WrestleMania. The decision is still up in the air and is depending on how long the company wants the show to go and how much time is allotted for 6 matches on night 2. Clueless morons. Can't have Carmelo Hayes on the show. Can't have Io Sky on the show. Actual good wrestlers. One of the best in-ring wrestlers. And he might not have a match just because of old Nikki Bella. To have her either suck it up or take them out of the match and put somebody else in there. God, WWE's just allergic to actual good wrestlers wrestling. Carmelo Hayes, Io Sky, they're just allergic to having actual good wrestlers wrestle. So let's move on to what we have here from Cultaholic. So, production on the WrestleMania 42 set will begin on April 13th. It's expected to be revealed by the end of next week on social media. So, WrestleVotes, Radio and 5 Select said ESPN pushed for Lesnar to be included in the hour of WrestleMania that is broadcast on traditional ESPN platforms, which WWE was happy to do. Wrestling Observer said Ari Emanuel pitched Pat McAfee being Randy's corner in WrestleMania, while Cody had Jelly Roll in his corner. As part of the deal, McAfee will team with Randy to face Cody and Jelly Roll at Backlash. My God. So the content of McAfee's promo on SmackDown last week, not this week, was not a creative team call. His involvement in the angle was reportedly kept from talent. He was snuck into the building at the last minute to avoid being spotted. The belief backstage is that he wrote the promo himself and was given permission to say them on air. Dear God. Maybe they need to tell him to shut the fuck up. This promo sucked. Will Ospreay is expected to wrestle more in Japan going forward. Lance Archer's AEW contract expires in July. Chris Jericho signed a new multi-year deal with AEW. WWE scrapped the Usos' new interest music after the negative fan reaction. They pick and choose what they want to listen to. They definitely listened to the negative reaction and still decided to do the Pat McAfee shit. No, MJF directly addressed TNA pulling talent from scheduled matches. You know, they pulled talent because, you know, they're probably, I think, with the deal with WWE. Kit Wilson wants to fight Danhausen at WrestleMania. No. I'm pretty sure that's it. Or no, TNA President Carlos Silva was unhappy about AEW Collision airing at the same time as Thursday Night Impact. And people in all the situation believe that, you know, WWE is one that blocked TNA talent from facing AEW. Now he's mad about that. This guy's such an idiot. But yeah, that's all the wrestling news here I really have to talk about, so let's move on. Guess we'll move on to NASCAR news. What is it? Okay, let's move on. So NASCAR news, he had a brain fart there. Ryan Blaney ended up winning the pole for the Cup race tomorrow. And Tyler Reddick started outside, but Blaney ended up winning the pole. And I think for tomorrow it's 2. Race day in about 3 something. The race start at like 3 p.m. Alex Bowman does have a waiver from NASCAR to remain eligible for the chase. He still would have to finish top 16 in the regular season standings, though. Jeff Andrews said they don't have a backup driver on call for this weekend, although unsaid, it is obvious that Allgaier is obviously probably at the track, you know, racing the Rally race right now. Alexon said he was dizzy and throwing up on himself. Dakota said he thought at the time that might be it for him. He said doctors okayed him to racing, so he wanted to come back as soon as he could. Bristol's one of his best tracks. He had more 2 race day and 311 the green flag. And Christopher Bell won the truck race last night. But yeah, that's really all for NASCAR. There's not like too much here. So let's move on to college basketball to end it off here. So let's get on 3. So Michigan head coach Dusty Mays agreed to a contract extension the AD Ward Manuel announced. North Carolina guard Luka Bogovac has entered the NCAA transfer portal. Kentucky transfer guard Colin Chandler committed to BYU. No surprise right there. And that's all from on 3. See what we have from Joe Tipton here, ladies and gentlemen. Creighton transfer guard Blake Harper's committed to VCU. Northwestern transfer Trey Singleton's committed to Iowa State, former 4-star recruit. San Francisco transfer guard Tony Riley IV is committed to Oregon. North Carolina transfer guard Jonathan Powell's committed to Pitt. McNeese transfer guard Garway Duell has committed to Syracuse. LSU transfer guard D-Dan Thomas Jr. committed to Houston. Auburn guard Todd Pettiford will return to the Tigers next season. Liberty transfer guard Brett Decker Jr., one of the best shooters in the country, committed to Baylor. Freaking Kentucky's whiffing on everyone. Or if they moved on from some of these players, they're absolutely dumb. Cal transfer guard Dada Ames is committed to Tennessee. Colorado transfer Isaiah Johnson, one of the top guards in the portal, committed to Texas. 2026 top 25 overall recruit Maximo Adams will stay at North Carolina. Tyron Stokes, #1 recruit, will visit Kentucky this week. Just get it done. Boise State transfer Javon Buchanan is committed to West Michigan. Where did he commit? Where did he commit? What is happening? Oh, I'm sorry, to West Virginia. My bad. Okay, let's get to the transferring portal account, see if we have anything else. Bradley transfer guard Jaquan Johnson committed to Iowa State. Kansas State forward Taj Manning has committed to Iowa State. Kent State forward Delreco Gillespie is committed to Houston. So some good additions there with Houston. D-Dan Thomas and Gillespie. Vangelis Zugris, Louisville forward, is planning to enter the portal. North Dakota State, Trayson Anderson, Iowa Butler. But yeah, that's all the news here today for sports. So, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. And until next time, I'm Alkalite. Peace.